Hi everyone, I hope you guys had a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous day. Well, now it's time for another fun object lesson. So let's get started. Alright guys, so this is what you're going to need for this object lesson. You're going to need a large glass, clear glass, filled with some water halfway, and you're also going to need some objects that you can float and objects that you can sink. So this is what you're going to need for this object lesson. So today we're going to experiment with some objects, and we're going to see which objects could float and which objects could sink. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, here we have a ball. Do you think it's gonna sink or float? Let's find out. It floats. All right, how about this little ninja guy? Do you think it's going to sink or float? Let's find out. Wow, it's floating. Let's see if we can find an item that could sink to the bottom. Take a look at this marble. It's small and tiny. Do you think it's going to float or sink? Let's find out. Wow, it sunk to the bottom of our glass. Let's do one more. Here we have a car. And let's see if it could sink or float. It sunk to the bottom. So why did some items sink to the bottom, and why did other items end up floating at the top of our glass? Well, you see, a lot of these objects, when they are made, some are compressed so hard, okay, that all of the air within the object is taken out, and everything that is left is just stuff. And the objects that are floating, well, there's space in between this object. There's not a whole lot of stuff within them, and therefore the air that stays inside this object has enough space to float, therefore giving the object an ability to just stay afloat, right? So how can we relate this to our walk with God? Well, you see, if we are not very careful and we let the world entice us with all this stuff that the world has to offer, all that stuff is going to be built up within us, within our hearts, within our souls. And when God wants to make a move in our lives, when God wants to change our lives, there's going to be so much bandage and so much stuff within us that there isn't going to be any room for God. So in order for us not to be like the objects, like the bottom, being sunk to the bottom, being sunk to the world, we need to let go of all that stuff from the world, and we need to make space for God to live within us. So this is a simple object lesson. You can add or take away. You can do whatever you need to do for this object lesson. It is all up to you. I just made it simple to just give you an idea of what you can do for an object, for sinking objects and floating objects. So, all right, have a great day.